If you've sold your home or you're thinking about it, there's a good chance you've never heard of this, or you've heard of it and you've got the details wrong. It's called the downsizer contribution, and here's the part almost nobody expects. Despite the name, you don't actually have to downsize. You don't even have to buy another home. You could sell up, rent, move in with family, buy something bigger, and still be able to put up $300,000 from that sale straight into your super. But there are strict rules around age, ownership, and timing. And if you get any of them wrong, you can miss out entirely. Working out whether you're eligible and getting the timing right is exactly the kind of thing worth checking properly before you commit. There's a link below. But let me walk you through exactly how this works first. As a degree qualified advisor, this is a strategy I see genuinely surprise people. Not just how flexible it is, but how many people who'd benefit from it have simply never heard of it exists. So let's start with who actually qualifies. You need to be 55 or older at the time you make the contribution. There's no upper age limit at all, and you, your spouse, or a former spouse need to have owned the home for 10 years or more. That's genuinely it for the core eligibility. No income test, no work test, just age and ownership length. So how much can actually go in? Up to $300,000 per person from the sale proceeds. So up to $600,000 for a couple. And here's what makes it powerful. This doesn't count towards your normal contribution caps. It's a completely separate bucket on top of everything else you're already allowed to contribute. And remember what we opened with. You don't have to buy a smaller home. You don't have to buy any home at all. Sell, rent, move in with family, even buy something bigger. The contribution is still available to you. Now, here's the part that genuinely catches people out. You have 90 days from settlement to actually make the contribution. Not 90 days to decide, 90 days to have done it. Miss that window and the opportunity is gone. It's one of the most common and most avoidable mistakes people make with this. One more thing worth knowing. Moving money from your home into super can affect your age pension because your home is genuinely exempt from the assets test, and super, once it's in there, usually isn't. That doesn't mean don't do it. It just means it needs to be considered as part of the full picture, not looked at on its own. So if you're selling your home or thinking about it, this is worth checking properly before settlement, not after. Get the age, the ownership length, and the timing right, and this can be one of the most useful, flexible contributions available. Get the timing wrong, and there's no getting it back. This is general in nature, so it's important to consider your own situation, because how this fits your circumstances will be different for everyone. Now, I mentioned this can affect your age pension, and that's worth understanding properly, because there's a broader trap in how the assets test actually works. That catches a lot of people off guard. That's what this next video is about. If you'd like help working out how this fits your own situation properly, I work with Australians approaching retirement in exactly this position. You can find details below.